daughter came to me and said it's a lot it's perverted, and I didn't say anything because I don't know anything. But he said that they bring people close to you so that they can get information out of you, and that's exactly what they're doing. This man in our attic comes down and sits in our house and waits to see who's going to show up, and then when they do, he brings them on in, has sex with them, he does whatever, he talks to them like he's you. And then they're making me believe that it's my son and my husband that's doing this. Am I blocking her in? I'm not. And Mr. Gaynor said that coming over there. All kinds of neighbors have been coming into our house. They're trying to find out who they've had sex with. Yeah, what is your part in it? What's your dad's part in it? Your dad's pretty scared right now. So this last go around, when I said to him, I'm a Davis, and he just looked at me so weird. And they're trying to say that dad had sex with you, or that this started when you were a baby, and that's why this is. The psychologists say that the transgender, when they get down to the core of what happened or why.
No, they don't.
Just listen to me.
Just listen to you, not know what you're talking about?
If I ask you to read something or listen to something, I need you to do that. Is that it is a core hurt and anger, and that these people will become very angry if they don't get to the core root of what hurt them. And I was like, you're kidding me. I'm just saying, I don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it, but I'm telling you, there's a case there. Now they're going to investigate you. Like the therapist has been telling them, no, he's not saying that he's been abused because you haven't told that therapist that you were abused. But remember, she works for the state. She has a license under the state. She is obligated, if they come in and have a search warrant, she's obligated to tell them whatever you're talking to her about. So from now on, when you go in to see her, you go in with questions like, well, how do I deal, where do you compartmentalize hurt? When somebody like a friend hurts you, or your trust has been betrayed, like a divorce, then where do I put that hurt? You need to be thinking on the lines of, instead of sharing your life, of what is it that I'm looking for to help me move forward to get over whatever it is issues I have. Remember dissecting. So you have to start thinking to yourself, okay, I started hurting myself. You don't tell her you've committed suicide 40 times. That's psychotic. You don't tell her that, yeah, I'm thinking about it all the time, or you don't tell them that. And if you did, she should have automatically sent you to a higher ranking person. So this is all for your information, son. It has nothing to do with anything. I'm your mother and I've got your back. Your brother? No. He's helping them. It's awful. But I've got a case against the state if I wanted to go up against the state. Because they've attacked my family. Now they don't want us to have any family. They don't want me to have anything to do with you or your brother. Your brother won't answer my text, just like you. Because they need me to stay away from you, because if I told you, well then you could go into court and be on. Now your guns are loaded. Now both sides playing. The playing field has been leveled by me telling you what I know. And you have to trust me. Because Ann and Chuck is a therapist. And when I went to Ann freaking out to buy Alexander the car, they made her walk outside and her drill me. Who's your lawyer? Who's your lawyer? They have no idea who our lawyer is going to be. Per my lawyer, our lawyer, you need to get rid of the green hair. You need to act like you're fixing to see a judge and be presentable to the court. of being of sound and sane mind, or else they'll put you in a fucking mental home. I can't get you out. And that's another thing. There's a form that you have to fill out stating that if you got into a wreck or if anything happened to you, that I would be the one that would come in and say what would happen. Of course, they're going to try to deem me mentally ill. So here's mental ill and mental ill. What are you going to do with that? I had to come down here to tell you, because that's why Chris came home flying. And then where are y'all going? It's none of his business, to be honest with you. I'm really not happy with him and Tyler. You saw how Tyler really wanted to meet me. He didn't even get off of the sofa. He just wanted to see me. And then when they pulled me in, they talked about my trips because I've been on so many trips. It was like they knew. Well, where's that at? What did you just say? You know, just drilling me. And I'm just like, I'm not stupid. And I don't need you to be. That's why I'm here. And you and I cannot talk in our vehicles or in that house. Your vehicle is tapped. My phone, I can't even text you anymore. Matter of fact, has Dad ever called you Chris Jr.? Never. You know who called you that? John Sanders. He's the only one that has ever breathed that. And I'm getting texts from your dad that said, oh yeah, no problem. Tell Chris Jr. I said hi. That is not your father. And we both know that. Now your dad is falling apart. He's blaming himself, saying that he ruined your life, whatever the hell that means. Now, of course, I've told him, you're not guilty of anything. Stop it. And if you, in fact, had sex with the retarded boy, you were adolescent. And if they deem you that you have autistic, then it's two retarded boys experimenting. Why are you gay? You told me when we came down here, you said, I'm nothing like Dad. Dad is a faggot. Dad is the town whore, is what the police name. They have Operation whatever at our house. They have arrested so many people that have come in there, men. It's a whorehouse. They're bringing people there, Christopher, and then when they leave, they go and take their tag number. They know everything about them. Then they go and look in their computer, and then they start talking to them on the computer. That's why I told you, get off the computer, because you don't know who the hell you're talking to. And even in person, you don't. Shit, I was talking to this woman at Lowe's. I mean, out of the blue, she starts asking me questions, and I don't know this woman from Adam. Then all of a sudden, she knows all. It's written in my diary that when I split up with your dad, that I would be married to God until the divorce. Well, they've had men come on to me, men come up and want to know, don't you want to just one night stand? Don't you have sexual frustration? Let's go have sex. And I'm like, you're a whore. And I mean, I've said that to men. And no, I'm not doing that. So that means since 2008 or before, I haven't had sex with your dad or anyone. It's been awful. I need you to come clean with me. What happened and what is your part in this? And you need to be honest with me, because if so, then that means another lawyer. Because all this is hurt. Anybody that puts themselves through this like you are and hurt, there's got to be something wrong. And they're daring me to tell you any of this. So if you say anything, you don't tell. It's awful. This has been the worst, awfulest thing.
The car is running currently.
And they can hear it. And there's no music. And they'll start having people. That man was 2 years. He was coming to hear what we were talking about, so I couldn't tell you anything. This is perfect. I mean, who knows? We're probably being watched because these rich people have all kinds of shit. And there's a surveillance tag right there, but they don't have it. They don't have it. All the lines in all of our rental houses are tagged. They have taken down our renters. They have turned our renters. They have tried to find out what, this one boy came over. I don't know if you remember when I had the tile laid at 919, and it was that young kid, Chris Talbert. Chris Talbert had gone and robbed an ATM machine and taken it out to his father's property out in Baker on like 100 acres of land and buried it. Got the money and everything out of it. Went to 919 and started telling and bragging to those black people that he had done it. And the whole time, see, I didn't know, the whole time this whole place is lit up. They got him. He's in jail. They went out there and dug that thing up. And then he's accusing his wife or girlfriend of telling someone because she was the only other one that knew. They didn't get her, but they did get him. And I don't know if he's out now or not. But he doesn't know because they're going to try to get us for whatever money's. Because listen, this investigation started, well, if nothing happened and that no one's admitting and no one's talking, there is no case. They are pissed because they've spent all this time and all this money. But you know what? They have gotten arrested and they have broken people. They have wrecked people's lives. That's the only way they get paid is when they make an arrest. And it's an investigation team that lawyers hire to go find people. And I mean, and then they turn them. Like John Sanders got turned, and he hated me. Him and the little boy came over there, fuck you, Miss Patty. And I was like, what the hell? And the little boy's mad, and John is now under their ownership. See, just like Alexander, they own him now. They'll follow him. They'll watch where he goes. They'll make sure he doesn't get good jobs. All kinds of shit. Like the internship, he can't seem to get back. I told him, I said, well, you know, I haven't said anything to him because I can't, because he's on their side. Because he doesn't want to be messed with like we are being messed with. And then Chris is sitting in there just like he's your friend. Well, trust me and Christopher when I say this. You cannot trust anyone right now but God. And God is watching over you. Because see, Caitlin, when I ran into her at the restaurant, she just looked down. I mean, everyone's looking down. You were supposed to come home this weekend and gotten everyone arrested. You coming back to Pensacola, they would have called you in. You would have been in jail this weekend. You wouldn't have come back down here. And Mr. Gaynor, how do I know that? People telling me this man's not here. I'm not going to come on. And I tell you, all kinds of shit's going on. You have no idea. You need to start fluffing the news now. Start watching what people are saying. Watch what you say to people. Especially at work. Like you're in a situation and you get mad and fuck that. No.
I'm never mad.
I'm trying to protect you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. They're trying to make a case. And this just falls right into what they're wanting to say. Yeah, see, he's trying to hide something. And I'm like, I had no clue until I came down here. And they did not want me down here. And they don't want me here today at all. And they have airplanes that go over me. Like the airplane and what the school is doing right now. And you just cannot trust. The law is on us, the state of Florida. It's going to be the state of Florida against Christopher Davis, the state of Florida against Patty Davis, the state of Florida against your dad. I'm like, what the hell did he do? I didn't do anything. And who knows? He may have been the one to say it. Who knows? But I'm telling you my part. I wrote in there that, oh my God, it's Michael. Which that boy in that green van was coming there a lot. But I don't know what they were doing. I never saw anything. And remember, they have to have facts in order to take somebody down. So I'm a star witness. So I'm in witness protection, you know, but you're not allowed to do the stuff they've done to us and take over. They own us, is what I was told. No, they don't own us. They may have surveillance on your phone and on your computer because they're watching. Like I said, you've got to give me a date of when you started researching this shit. When you started looking it up. All of a sudden, all these transgenders started coming around you.
Avery is the first transgender person I have met.
Well, you said that Lana was gay, or Lana's, you know, that way. You're finding out that all these other people, you know, who knows? Lana might have been somebody that they said, go and have a date with him. So you go have a meeting with him. But the little girl, she was like, they knew, they were watching the computer at UWF, so they knew you were researching the suicides. And then when you went out into the woods, they said you were faking it. The police. But she came to your rescue.
No, she didn't.
You told me that it was for her.
No, I lied. It was Ellie. Kaylin, I was just going to have sex with. We were just getting along like that.
Are you having sex right now with me?
No, I've never had sex, Mom.
Okay. Then why would you want to be gay?
I'm not gay.
You told me you were gay. So you
No.
want to now be a lesbian.
Yes, I like
mean,
women.
You want to. Well, then why aren't you with a woman? You're gay.
Gay
But you-
is two guys dating.
You want a guy to date
No,
that looks like a woman.
no.
I'm confused. You understand what a judge would say? It's psychotic.
No, it's not.
You're a man, but you want a real woman. No, you don't. You want another man that is acting like a woman. So you're gay. You better get your story straight, because it's not going to be with me. You're 23 years old. I can't protect you anymore. I'm bringing some real life shit to your face. You know why? I'd rather it be me than them, because they're going to eat your fucking lunch, just like they're going to try to eat mine. And they don't like me. And you know why? They want me on their side. They want me to help them because I have this intuitiveness about me. Your dad is the same as you. Really? When I said that, they won't let me. That's why this other person is talking to me as dad. It's not dad. Because they don't. I went to him and told him. And he flipped out. He was like looking at me going, you know, of course his lies have always been, I never did nothing. Really? Then they made Mr. Cassell and his wife leave the house so they could watch. They're after Alan and Ella. And I don't know if Alan and Ella had something to do with the retarded boy. I don't know. I don't care. You know who I care about? My world, my child, my other child, and my husband. As fucked up as he is, he got himself involved in shit. We don't know if they were investigating this way before this. If they saw Michael come to my house. I don't know. I don't know that kid. Do you know him?
I don't even know who Michael is.
Thank you. God, thank
Why?
you. Did his dad come over and try to approach you?
No.
Did he ever text you? Did he ever interact with you on the computer? His name is,
No.
Tina is the wife.
I don't even know who they are, Mom.
And that's exactly the story you better speak. And you better not go upset about that to anyone. Because if they say that, oh, well, you're having sex with him, I watched you too closely for you to say that you committed suicide so many times. I mean, I go over that in my head and say, no way. I was there. I was there every day of your life. I was watching you. I begged you to stay off that computer. You don't know who you're talking to on that computer. You know that. Over and over and over. I preached it, I begged, I cried. And you would not listen.
You really think it's the computer that's the worst thing in my life?
Who you're on here.
Why do you think I'm even talking to anyone, Mom?
I'm talking about when you and this goes way back.
I had no consistent friends online whatsoever. I was not talking to anyone.
Okay.
I literally hate my voice to the extent that I literally would not talk on a microphone with people.
No, you wouldn't even talk.
No.
And it wasn't because you hated your voice. It was because you couldn't gather all your thoughts to be able to formulate a full sentence. In speech therapy, they told us that. It was part of the delay, the hearing. It's all symptoms of autism. I would not let them tag you as autism because I didn't want you walking around, poor me. I got problems.
You wouldn't let me get the help I needed, even if it was true?
No, that is not true, because I've asked you on more than one occasions, do you want to go have this checked out?
No.
Yes, I
You
did.
have
Whenever I
demanded I was not asked who I was being told and bullied, being told about
Asperger's.
that.
When you came up and said you had Asperger's, I asked you, who told you that? You said Sam and his family. I said, do you want to go have it checked? And you said, well, I don't know. What
No,
do you think?
didn't.
I did.
And that's not what I said. I said I came up
We
with it on
went
my
to
own. Why do you?
We went to Dr. Wolf. I have records of that, where they all said he's on the spectrum of high intelligence. That's why he doesn't talk. And I said, okay. Every time. Then the hearing. Then the not wanting to poop. You went to the doctor every time. Just like whenever all this shit started and I took you to Dr. Mosier. And then, lo and behold, when Mosier found out some stuff, he was like, I don't want no part of this, because he realized they're corrupt. It's corruption is what I was told. It's corruption. And I'm like, really? This is corruption. Corruption of a big time magnitude. The state is trying to formulate a case to take our shit. And they've even got our friggin' renters trying to help them, because they've told the renters that dad's a pervert and pedophile and not to have their kids around him. And same with you. You're a pedophile. So Chris brings the little boy over there to play. Y'all are 23 and 24 and 25 years old, and you're going to play with a kid on basketball? Why? You're not a coach. You don't have a little kid. The little boy next door, when he brought that little boy, they were watching to see how your reaction would be to the little boy.
I've never played basketball with
I
him,
know,
but
and you went in the house and shut the door. You told me you did. I said, Mama, I'm not. I can't tell you what I know, what they're doing, but I'm trying to tell you now, be aware. I need your gun loaded so that you can protect Christopher. I'm telling you what they're saying. Okay, this, so now definitely somebody my mother, when she was a baby and she didn't remember, she went under hypnosis and remembered. When she did, Christopher, she fell apart and they Baker acted her into a mental hospital. And she said it was worse than jail. And then after that, they left her alone and wouldn't put her back in jail. But she put herself through hell by being a freak and freaking out. And when I say that, I mean like freaking out. Like right now.
Why do you always compare me to her?
I'm telling you the experiences that I've had because I'm older and you don't know. And I've seen what they can do. Little Andrew, he went in and told them all of what he knew. When he was 12 years old, Christopher, he went in there and was honest with them. He hadn't hurt anybody. He didn't pull a gun on anyone, but he was in somebody's attic with their guns. When the police got him out of the attic, he had stolen a bicycle. He's done 42 years in prison for that, because he told them the truth and he showed them where their guns were buried. He had been stealing people's guns for a prank, and with these other kids, and taking them out into the country and burying them. And he took them, he thought they were going to help him. Well, we'll make it real easy. That's what they tell you. Oh, well, we'll make it real easy. If you flip these people, then we'll help you. Bullshit. How do I know that? Because I've seen what happened to him. Look at him. He's still in jail. Look at him. He's sitting there. Look at him. You don't know that. And I'm trying to protect my son. If you've done something bad or something wrong, you need to come clean with me so we can get what we need to do done.
I've not done anything
Because
bad.
this is over. I'm over it, and they know it. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. I'm over the investigation. It's been going on now 8 years, 9 years. They don't have shit. Leave us alone. And that's what somebody needs to do. This is so corrupt. They have even said a doctor in the mafia. The mafia is not true. And I was like, oh, God. Now I know what she meant. Oh, you have no idea how bad it is. I should be in the business. You should right now. What you should have done to me. It made me do. And you don't play. You go to work. Come home. You play. Because I tell you what, there's nothing like the wisdom that I've gathered. And you need to listen to these shows because it's not about the fucking Bible. It's about working things out in your heads and in your soul and in your heart and knowing that God still has you. Because you're not in jail yet. God's got you protected big time. And you need to pray. And I know you're saying, oh, I'm an atheist. Do you know how that sounds to a judge? Oh, well, judges have to be biased. No, they don't. This government is run by lawyers. And you know what I was told? It just depends on how much money you're willing to pay them to lie for you. It's whatever good lawyer you can get to lie. And I was like, what? And then I was told you ratted him out because of what was in your diary. And I was just like, oh my God, that's why I'm here. And Alexander was trying to see if you knew I was coming and see you're innocent. But this has to change. You have to stop. Because if you go in front of a judge, you don't want to be looking like a friggin' unicorn. Do you understand?
Yes.
How you can't say anything to me about it. And later, you can write it down on paper and talk that way. Or you can go out into the public. That's why I'm surprised that people haven't seen this movie. I cried forever. But you understand what's going on now better.
Yes.
You have no idea. I have so much to say to you. I have so much to tell you. Like I told you, there's a lot to tell you because you don't believe me. But honey, you better
Write a letter and submit registered mail.
honey, wait till you
Not registered. Registered is literally how they mailed the Hope Diamond. It's so severe for